This is Gabriel Gonzalez for Cage Side Press here at Metroflex Gym with the reigning, defending Bellator featherweight champion AJ McKee, who fights Patricio Pitbull for the second time on April 15th in San Jose. AJ, first of all, we just got done with the hard training session. Just talk to me about how camp is going so far ahead of the rematch.
Camp's great. I've been in the gym, been training, so it's just little fine tune-ups here and there, add to the game plan, and go execute it once more.
Now, we've got a lot of business to talk about, but I want to do some housekeeping. Do you always spar with the chain? Because I noticed this at open workouts and everything. It's like Benson Henderson with a toothpick. You just never take it off.
Yeah, this one doesn't come off me. I shower with it, sleep with it, everything with it.
Did you ever get the new car after getting the check?
Yes, I did. I got the Caddy. Championship Edition. Caddy Gang. Y'all know what it is. Shout out.
Where's the first place you drove it?
Actually, the first place I got to drive it was in, what's the canyon? I'm blanking right now. It's probably a hard workout. Angel's Crest, there we go. I took it to Angel's Crest over Thanksgiving. Went to go see my uncle out in Lancaster, so I got to drive through the canyon, and it was quite amazing.
There you go. Well, I think, AJ, people want to know, how did we end up at the rematch at 145? People are talking about he's moving up, maybe the 155 strap, maybe just him at 155. Ultimately, how did they come to you and say, this is the next fight for you?
For me, I was getting anxious, sitting on the bench for 6-7 months. So I'm like, yo, what are we doing? What are we doing? I need to fight. I need to fight. I need to fight. Yeah, I was looking forward to going up to 55s. He released the belt to his brother, so that kind of diminished that thought. After that, they came to me with the rematch. I'm like, why not? Screw it, He thought it was an early finish or whatever, so 45s one last time, and then hopefully I'm looking to move up with that, but we'll see what happens with the Burnells and Borics fight. So, Borics has been chasing for a while. He's wanted to fight, and I told him I'd honor him with a fight. But as far as I'm concerned, after this one, I'm looking to make it a family affair, and Pitbull is a Pitbull to me. The dog needs to be tamed.
Was there ever any talk about, hey, why doesn't he just fight me at 155? If you're committed to this rematch, I know there's some business, some stuff you can't tell me, I get it, but I have to imagine, Scott, we're going up to 55. Come on, man.
Well, psychologically, knowing I'm the bigger man already, I think it would be kind of just, I don't think he'd be able to fathom fighting me at 155, being faster, stronger, bigger. And plus I think he's banking on, he's going to have a hard weight cut, because my last weight cut I came in 0.2 over. And then I went and hopped on the bike and knocked it off real quick. But man, I'm looking forward to moving up to 55s at this point. After this is icing on the cake. 19 fights at 145-pound division, so what more can I ask for? I've wiped out the whole division. It's time to get a new hit list. That's what the mercenary does. He takes his opponents out. So I think it's time to move up to another hit list for sure.
After that fight, and we'll talk about, the future in a minute, but after that fight, you're talking about, is this AJ's last fight at 55? All of, my colleagues and everybody, we're bringing it up, and you win the fight, and everyone's like, AJ, is Max Holloway, is Brian Ortega, is Volkanovski? And I'm like, were we not just saying he's about to move to 55? Why are we naming a lot of 45ers? Do you find this a little surprising? Because I'm not going to lie, I did. I'm like, are we just not ready to talk about him and Poirier, Gaethje, Patricio, Brent Primus, all these guys? What's up?
I think in due time, obviously the cross promotion and unifying the belts is big key. For me, I feel like sticking around at 145 pounds, obviously cross promotion, unifying the belts would be a big key to keeping me at 145 pounds. That gives me an interest of some sort, going and being able to just showcase my skills against people that are supposed to be the best, because of branding and marketing and so forth. So for me, that's the motivation. I think I'd stay at 45s for that, but as far as that, dude, I know I'm capable of fighting at 155 pounds easy, whether it's Dustin, whether it's Connor, whoever it is. 145, 155 pounds, you guys are going to have a problem on your hands.
Talking about the rematch now with Patricio, the first fight goes well, everything that goes into it, the tournament, etc., etc. getting back in the gym, getting back in the grind. And I know when your dad is shouting, it's probably easy to get motivated, but running those miles just as hard, hitting the bag just as hard when the first fight went so well. I mean, how do you get into that zone to train the way you need to for this rematch?
For me, at first, I honestly kind of lost motivation at first for the fight. I'm like, this sucks. What am I fighting him for again? Like, I already beat him. I beat him twice in one round. And then it became a point where, like, nah, dude, go make an example out of this guy again. Go prove a point, For whatever reason, they want to see a rematch. Whoever wants to see a rematch, they either feel it was a fluke, or my true day one fans, they know what I'm capable of, and they want to see me do it again just to put the icing on the cake. So for me, I found the motivation in just going and making sure he never wants to fight me again. Going there with bad intent and just dismantle him as fast as possible again once more.
Now, since last summer, it seems like they got everybody rolling through with this team over there in Arizona, a lot of guest stars in their show, so to speak. I mean, what do you think he's feeling? I mean, he knows what he's up against, but do you feel like because it's an immediate rematch, there's a lot he could really take from that going into this one coming up?
Not really. The thing with Pitbull is he's a very ego-prideful person. And that's where I kind of picked his niche the first fight. So heading into this second fight, with the rematch, with him wanting it so fast and just, he's so eager, fuck you, motherfucker, like, it's fighting, you know what I mean? But that shows me I'm in your head. That shows me a psychological part that he's like a loose cannon. So for me, I'm not worried about it. I'm going to go in there and do what I do, like they say, diamonds are created under pressure. I'm an Aries, April 7th. Diamond's my birthstone. So, like, you know what I mean? I'm good under pressure, and for me, I'm enjoying applying the pressure now, and I'm starting to be able to apply pressure without even really having to do much, and I think that's where I'm finding the fun and everything. And for Pitbull, he knows, it's all in that smile. When we look eye to eye and when we make that eye contact, like I constantly tell him, there's no one else besides you and I when that door closes, and that's when the realness comes out. And, I'm looking forward to going in there and doing what I do best, and that's entertaining the fans and cashing checks, kicking ass, taking names.
I can't let you go without talking about the business, the future. Is this still the last one on your Bellator deal?
No, so I have 3 fights. After this one, I'll have 2 more. Unless we come to terms, we figure something out, and that's where it's at. As far as I'm concerned, I'm just looking forward to fighting and getting things figured out, I'm ready.
I know there are going to be a lot of people who are like, well, are you going to explore this and that? Is it safe to say right now you're just worried about fighting these out? We'll get to that when we get there, not as immediate as I think, last July everyone's like, oh, AJ's going to be in UFC or something in like 2 months. It's going to be a minute before any decision is made. Is that fair to say?
Exactly. We gotta sit down, figure some things out. As far as I'm concerned, beating Pitbull and solidifying myself as the reigning champ is the next step. So that's as far as I'm focusing at this moment, is just getting Pitbull out and getting one fight off this contract.
Borics, Burnell, who wins on Friday?
I don't know. I'm
Saturday.
I'm honestly interested to see that fight. I feel like Burnell, he's a good wrestler. He can go out there and wrestle. Borics is a good striker. I feel like, I don't know, he's been training with Cardwell, so maybe his wrestling's stepped up a little bit, but wrestling's wrestling. When you come from that wrestling base, you'll always figure out how to get someone to the ground. So honestly, I'm intrigued to see how that fight goes myself. I'm excited. That tells me whether or not I'm gonna have one more fight at 45s or not.
But Tricky Pitbull, does he hold on to that 55 strap for a minute, or do you think a guy like Primus or someone else might catch him soon?
I don't know. I think I'll catch him sooner. We'll see how, like we said, we'll see how Borics Burnell goes. After that, regardless, I'm looking forward to going up to 55s. I've been speaking upon it for a while. At this point, 19 fights in the division. What's left? So maybe we'll get one more, but definitely, I'm looking for that 55-pound title, and I'm not trying to climb these ranks. I'm coming straight for the top of the throne because that's where I belong.
AJ, nothing more to say. Best of luck for the end of this camp, man. Thank you for the time.